In the faraway kingdom of Alaama, its people were incredibly blessed. It was a beautiful land, full of lush green hills, flowing rivers, and fertile soil. Yet despite all the riches and resources, the kingdom had one peculiar problem. They were a kingdom of lazy people. From the youngest child to the oldest elder, no one seemed to want to do anything. Work was avoided at all costs, and even the simplest of tasks were left undone. The people of Alama were content with spending their days lounging under the shade of the trees, chatting idly, or napping away the hours. The king, King Obi, was the laziest of them all. He had a magnificent palace, a huge garden, and even a great feast every night. But he never worked a day in his life. He had servants who did all the hard work, and even though the kingdom needed more than just a king who sat idly, he never made an effort to change anything. Why bother working when we already have everything? The people often said. Let the others do it. For years the kingdom lived this way, with everything taken care of for them. But slowly, things began to change. The crops they had once planted with ease began to wilt. The roads they had once used to travel to neighboring kingdoms started to get overgrown with grass. Even the river, once clean and clear, became polluted because no one bothered to maintain it. The neighboring kingdoms began to notice the changes in Alama. They saw that the kingdom of Alama was no longer prosperous, and soon they stopped trading with them. The once beautiful roads to Alama became empty, and no one visited anymore. King Obi and his people noticed the change, but they did not care. After all, they still had enough food to eat, and the sun still rose every morning. However, things took a turn for the worse when a terrible drought struck the kingdom. The rain clouds avoided Alama, and the crops, which had already been struggling, withered completely. The people of the kingdom began to worry, but they still did not want to work. We can't do anything about it, they said. The rain will come when it comes. Why should we bother? As the days went on, their food supply grew smaller, and their happiness faded. Still, no one wanted to work to fix things. The king, in his laziness, called a meeting, but did not know what to do. He sat on his throne, yawning. Then a young girl named Ngozi, who was known for her curiosity and energy, stood up. She was one of the few people in the kingdom who still had hope for change. Your Majesty, I think it's time for us to stop waiting for things to happen, Ngozi said. The kingdom needs us to work together. We can't keep being lazy. If we want food, if we want the rain to come, we must start working for it. The king scoffed. What do you mean, work? Work is hard, and we have always done things the easy way. Why change now? Ngozi stood tall and spoke with great determination. If we do not change, Your Majesty, we will lose everything. The kingdom will be lost, and soon we will have nothing left. The king, tired of hearing the same complaints from his advisors and concerned that his once beautiful kingdom was falling apart, decided to let Ngozi take the lead. He reluctantly agreed to her plan. Ngozi gathered the people together and explained her plan. We must all pitch in to restore the crops, clean the rivers, and repair the roads. It will not be easy, but together we can save Alama. At first, the people of the kingdom were resistant. They grumbled and complained, used to their leisurely ways. But Ngozi didn't give up. She led by example, working hard every day, planting seeds and cleaning the river. Slowly, some of the villagers joined her. They began to understand that their future was in their hands. The farmers planted crops again, the children cleared the roads, and the elders repaired the houses. King Obi, who had never worked a day in his life, reluctantly joined in as well. Though he complained at first, he soon realized how much better the kingdom could be when everyone worked together. Days turned into weeks, and slowly, the kingdom of Alama began to change. The river was cleaned, and fresh crops began to grow again. The rains came, and the land began to prosper. The people of Alama learned that hard work and cooperation were the keys to their success. Though King Obi still liked to relax under the shade, he no longer ruled like a lazy king. He now understood that being a ruler was not just about sitting on a throne. It was about guiding and working with the people. From that day on, the kingdom of Alama became a place of hardworking people. They still enjoyed their moments of rest, but they understood the value of effort, and they never took their prosperity for granted again. King Obi learned a valuable lesson that, even in times of comfort, one must always work hard to keep things going, for nothing lasts forever without effort. And so, the Kingdom of Alaama thrived because of the people's willingness to work together for the good of all. The once lazy kingdom became one of the most respected and prosperous lands in the region, and King Obi was remembered as the king who learned that true leadership requires action, not just rest.